Hello. Today is Wednesday, February 18th. It is 7:50 in the evening. Let's start our timer. We have 10 minutes to do the thing here. The daily upload every day for the month of February. We are doing show and tell. Having a good time with it. Been showing you lots of neat stuff that I have. And today is no exception. I'll show it to you first off, I have this board game. We're going to open it up. We'll learn about it. It is definitely truth in advertising here. What you see on the box is what you will get inside of the box. I want to bring this one up because, and I pulled up an image to show you, but I was watching Home Alone over the holidays, and there's the great scene in Home Alone where Kevin sees Buzz's shelves, which, mind you, are like the exact same shelves I have here. They're the same type. They have these little supports under them and then a railing that goes, if you look behind his shelves, there's like a railing and these things go into the railing and that's what holds the shelves up. And so you mount that on the wall and these were very common in the 80s into the 90s. And so Buzz, in his room, Buzz had this game. And there it is right above Kevin's head in the bottom image, the zoomed in image of him climbing up. And you can see it is the box for this. And I saw that and I immediately was like, that is a very distinctive box, because this side, you can read the name, but this side kind of gives like a description of the game. I'll tell you what it says. But it stood out to me. And so Buzz had this in his collection. I do want to talk a little bit about Buzz's room because it's a great scene. It says here, this is the Cadaco, and I'm not familiar with them, but you can see it says here that is a Cadaco game. Now, this is the one, there's a non-truth in advertising I just remembered that I will show you. All right, it says, one of America's most popular games. Have a Tripoley party. As many as 9 can play. It's fun, fast, easy to learn, and so uncomplicated you can keep right on talking. A fine family game too. And so here it is. Now, Buzz had the coolest room. Kevin wanted to go in there and check out Buzz's stuff, and then he shouted, I'm going through your stuff. Come in and cream me. There is the very famous gag where he opens up the trunk and there is a Playboy magazine. And from what I'm told, I have not checked that issue. I don't know much about it, but on the cover, what you see in the movie is that there was a newscaster bears all. But I've been told that same issue also had the actress who appeared in the movie Under Siege. So I think that's true. I think she was like a former pin, maybe even current when she was doing Under Siege pinup. But I had heard that same issue of Playboy magazine that people had put all over the set of that movie. And I don't remember what her name was. She was a famous like blonde femme fatale, like a Pam Anderson type. If you remember, let me know in the comments. But she was also in, now again, she may not be in that issue of Playboy. This is just what I vaguely remember reading. She was also in this movie. She is the little girl that Elliot kisses when E.T. gets drunk and makes him drunk. She is the little girl, and I do remember her name. You don't have to write it in the comments. I remember Erica Laniak's name. I also remember her from an appearance she did a reality show that I watched called The Real Gilligan's Island, and she was one of two gingers, two movie stars. Neither was a ginger, but they were both movie stars. The other was Nicole Eggert. You guys may remember. All right. So Buzz's room, also in that trunk, so it had the Playboy magazine. He goes, there's no clothes on anybody. And he throws it. And apparently they said that they had like stapled it shut or whatever. So he would only flip to a page where there were no naked people, which is, I think, good to do for Macaulay. The other thing that he finds in there was a picture of a girl, Buzz's girlfriend. He looks at it, he goes, Buzz, your girlfriend, woof. And he and puts her away. And the girl that they had was actually a boy, because the director of the film said that he was worried that if he had used a photograph of a real girl, and Kevin McAllister, mocked her like that, that everybody would be, she'd be shocked, and her family would be ashamed and have to move out of the country. So instead of inflicting that on some poor young lady, they dressed a boy up as a girl for that scene. So that's a boy dressed as a girl. So I told you that this is essentially this, but there is one little change, and that is this deck of cards. They printed on the box their name, a great Cadaco game, the game of Tripoley. And they give you the most standard, ordinary deck of playing cards in here. But this is what you get in here. You get chips. You get a standard deck of playing cards. But mainly what you get is a cool board, a cool plastic board that when you're playing, I guess you would put, well, we'll read how to play, but I guess you'd put your chips here. And they have very... casino sounding words on here. We got queen, king, queen. We got jack. We got 8, 9, 10, all one suit. We got kitty. There's your kitty. You will put it in the kitty. Add it to the kitty. King, and then 10 over here. So, and the pot goes right in the center. So I think that is all you need to see. But what's interesting about this is I guess what they did was simplify a bunch of famous card games. It says the original game of hearts, poker, and Michigan rummy, which I'm not familiar with Michigan rummy. I've played gin rummy. I don't know if this is any different, but I love this. I love what it says here. It says, you have to be lucky at something. Take your chances with hearts, poker, and Michigan rummy all in one game. Friendly fun to liven up a party. I do like when they print the instructions right on the inside of the game. It's the way to do it. So it says, teens and adults who both enjoy this friendly game of chance. Which makes sense because Buzz had it and he was a teen. I thought initially, I was like, wow, this is a pretty grown-up game for Buzz. But no. It says you can play 2 to 9 people. Each person gets an equal number of chips. You bet your chips on each section of the layout. So that was the stuff we saw. It tells you how to play each of the card games, right? And then it says the game ends when you're ready to stop, or at a predetermined time interval. So you'd be like, look, we're playing for 11 minutes and 12 seconds. It says you end the game by distributing any chips remaining in the Tripoley layout. You do one of the following: deal 5 cards face up and do a showdown, or you deal out the cards and proceed as Michigan rummy. So I'm going to read what it says. It basically gives a simplified version of like the poker instructions. Let's see, Michigan rummy. It says you take the cards laid aside, add the cards. So you're playing in an order, by the way. You're starting at one game, you're going right to the next. The dealer lays down in front of him, face up, the lowest card in his hand, calling it by name. The player who holds the next highest consecutive card in the same suit places it in front of him. This continues until the ace of the suit is played. So ace is high in this game. And it says, or until the highest card has been played. The player who plays the stop card or the highest card must change suits by playing the lowest card in his hand. Oh, very simple. Very simple. Fun game, actually. And then variations. So if you get bored of that, they have a couple variations. One, the dealer can exchange a dead hand, and they have a couple other things. It says down here that this is another great game by Cadaco. I don't know any other games by Cadaco. The copyright on this, 1968. And I got this from somebody, and it had been in their garage forever, they said. They were getting rid of this, Parcheesi, and like 2 or 3 other games. Millionaire was one. And this was one of the ones out of the set that I never played. All Cadaco games have been carefully inspected, but if you find a part missing, don't return it to the store. Write to us. So if we write to them, they are in Chicago, Illinois, which is where they filmed Home Alone. I don't know if that's a connection. I don't know if they were like, and we'll give one to everybody in the city of Chicago to put in, and they were like, whoa, thank goodness we have one of these. But there you go. So this was the game that Buzz had. Now the chips are just standard. I knew that was gonna happen. Chips are just standard chips. I do like playing with poker chips, though. I think this is the kind of thing that I did not have this game. We're out of time. I didn't have this game growing up, but I would have loved it. I hope you loved hearing about it. I'll see you tomorrow.